Thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How you doing? It's Wednesday, July 23rd, 1986. We're following the big wedding, I guess. I guess it is the biggest wedding of the year, huh?
I would think so, yeah.
Did you get a chance to see any of it?
I saw a little bit this morning. She looked gorgeous. So precious and prettiest coloring.
Yeah. Well.
You like
redheads? Well, I mean, yes, I do like redheads. And
you married a redhead?
She's a nice gal. She really is. Yes.
I like her spunk. She's coming down the aisle afterwards and she's going... I like her. Like, how are you? Oh, it's good to see you.
Fergie's a free spirit, you know.
Yes.
She's size 14. She's a big girl. Big girl. Fergie comes down the aisle like this. And Andy's right behind her, you know. But she is, but I love that sight. You know how all those Englishmen get out there and wave to their royalty? It really is nice.
It's only fair. We had our Statue of Liberty celebration a couple weeks ago. Now Britain's turn.
Yep. So they're going to live happily ever after, Andy and Fergie.
I think, basically, when I just look at us four people, like Charles and Diana and Fergie and Andrew, I think Fergie and Andrew will have a happier life together.
Oh, now don't let all of those superficial fool you.
No, it's not that. I think, for one thing, they'll have less pressure on them, which will, you know, and they'll have more time to just be together. I think they both have real free spirits. I think Andrew's also a free
I wonder how the four of them get along.
Wonderfully. I mean, Diana's the one that...
How do you know? What, are you in the closet or something? All of a sudden, she became an authority on the British royalty.
I do have an inside scoop. My dear friend Graham Ferguson Lacey, you know, Graham Ferguson Lacey.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful gentleman, is one of Prince Charles's good friends. And so I hear that they all get along beautifully.
Who is Graham Ferguson Lacey? An old boyfriend?
No, no, no. He's a very dear friend.
It's one of those dear friends from my past.
He is the man who's a minister who married Diana Ross to her husband, Arne Nass.
Right. Yes. And you had dinner here in New York.
Yeah.
And you talked about it. Oh, I'll never forget that opening that day. Remember that, you know, when she wants to tell you what she did last night, she eases into it. Now, what did she say? It was such a classic opening.
I don't know what I said, but you'll make up something anyway.
Well, what did you do last night? And she said, well, I had the pleasure of having dinner with Diana Ross. That's all. Anyway, this was a fellow who knows them over there, huh?
Yes, he's very good.
So they all get along okay?
Yeah, beautifully.
And Di likes Fergie, and Fergie likes Di?
Well, Di and Fergie are really close girlfriends.
Are they?
And Di is the one who sort of maneuvered for Andrew and Fergie to get together.
No kidding.
Yes. You can read that in the Post. That's no big deal. I mean...
I never read the Post myself.
I don't either anymore.
But you did one day. Whoa. All right, now listen, we have an exciting show today. Now, Jeff is back, and he brought me a cake.
Oh, I love this.
Jeff, it's nice to see you this morning. Good morning to you. Jeff wearing his angel hat this morning. To Regis Philbin, my best buddy, who is my idol.
No, my ideal. Sorry, Jeff. Yeah.
Okay, he spelled it wrong. Spelling's not everything, Jeff. And I, proud to be Regis Philbin Jr.
That's nice. He feels that he is.
And do the show after you and my special female friend, Kathie Lee, eat this cake. In good health. Love, your friend Jeff. That's very sweet. Thank you, Jeff.
Don't get it on your pants. It's getting...
Chef, the cake is beginning to leak a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I want to see
what... the cake out in the rain.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Gorgeous?
A lemon meringue cake.
Wow.
Oh, ooh, Jeff, you went all out. Thank you.
He is a health
freak. Yes, I am. That's why Kathy's going to eat this cake.
Because I'm not a health nut freak.
Thank you very, very much. Well, we've got an interesting show today. You know, there are some new products out now that they say are so hot that you can only buy them at home. And now, you know those Tupperware parties they used to have years ago? Well, now they have, sexual products at home. Sensual products, yeah. That's right, they wouldn't be sexual products. Just a minute, please. Grabbing things out of my hand. I'm going to try some of these on you. What? Now, this says this is natural honey silk dusting powder with a feathered applicator. I think this applicator's been applicated around a little bit.
That has been a...
Feather looks like it's been there and back, you know what I mean?
That bird had a story to tell.
Yes, indeed. Anyway, directions: you unwrap the doily by untying the ribbon and spreading it to reveal the dusting powder. Gee, it sounds sexy already.
That means you open it so far.
Okay. Until
the
moisture-proof package and dip. Oh, untie the moisture-proof package and dip the handmade feathered applicator into the honey silk powder. Shake off excess, dust all over, gently stroking. Geez. Gently stroking all the feathers. Honey silk contains all natural foodstuffs, talc and silk powder, smells of honeysuckle, and tastes as sweet as honey. So what do you do, Drusilla?
Oh,
you just put this on?
You can eat this stuff, in other words.
What?
Lick it.
I'm going to put this in here first. How do you get this thing in this?
You open.
You spread this, right. Okay, you ready for this?
No.
Now what should I do? Is put it on her hand?
I don't know about
Put a little of this on and you're going to wind up in the post again.
Ooh.
How's that?
That's pretty.
Now what happens, Drusilla? Now you let it stay there for a minute. I don't smell anything.
I do. It smells good.
Oh yeah, I do. It smells good. Lick her arm?
Sir, you got to start somewhere.
Julian.
Regis, I don't know. Joy comes back tonight, right?
Yeah, Joy comes back tonight. Nobody tell her anything about this. Okay, I'll get a little bite. It's good. Hey, it's not Jeff's cake, but it's all right.
That is great.
Good,
job.
nice, good. So wait a minute, we've got all these products. We're going to pull, look, she's turning herself on, I guess.
That's actually, that tastes pretty good. Yeah, I like
So
that.
we're going to take ladies out of the audience, and we're going to try these things. And this is the newest rage. And tomorrow we're going to have, that's off? How come? Oh, all right.
Forget that.
Okay. So that's it. Now, Mr. Bullhorn is also here today. This is the guy who works for the Bullhorn. Yeah, he's absolutely phenomenal. Coming into town with George Carlin, and he uses this bullhorn to a great advantage. I really get a kick out of him.
Lady, please pull your skirt up a little bit, will you?
I mean,
Who could resist when you hear it from the bullhorn?
Glenn Super will be here in just a minute.
Funny.
Who else we're going to have on the show today? From All My Children, Taylor Miller and Peter Bergman will be here. And we'll have tips for finding jewelry to flatter your face.
And we'll take a trip down memory lane with the Fantastics. Claudia Cohen has all the latest entertainment news. And we'll give you a great recipe for an Indonesian lamb roast, and we'll show you some sensual products like these that are so hot they can only be sold in the privacy of your own home.
I guess we have just about used every recipe known to man, and now we're down to Indonesian pot
lamb.
roast? What is it? Indonesian lamb roast?
Better than the Indonesians, we never give them any.
That's right. We don't do a whole lot on
The
Indonesian
Indonesians in New
people.
York have complained they want equal time, and this is it. Okay, fine.
Also, you know, I got a letter the other day.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to sort of set the record straight on one thing. We are delighted for Erica Slezak for winning her Emmy Award. We just happen to be close personal friends with Susan Lucci, and we, like anybody who's a friend of yours, you're hoping for them. So we congratulate Erica
That's a
Slezak.
tough thing. I'm sure Erica Slezak will... is that her name?
Is it Erica Slezak?
Yeah. I'm thinking of Erica in the show, yeah. She would be the first to say, you know, how unfortunate this whole contest turns out to be after a while.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, we love Erica and we love everybody, okay?
We love it, everybody. We have to read this, though, sweetie. We didn't do our...
Oh, yeah, wait a minute. Ober made the staff got in a lot of trouble. Now, you know, we put our recipe on the hotline, and we invite you to call in case you missed the ingredients in the kitchen. So yesterday, they made a major gaffe, and if you called in to get the recipe, we just want to set the record straight. So we had French fritters on, right?
Oh, they were good.
People were calling our office telling us that their French fritter batter that they got from the hotline wasn't quite working out. I suggest some honey silk myself. As it turns out, the hotline said to use 1.5 pounds of flour. Can you imagine what that thing would have looked like with 1.5 pounds of... So it's not 1.5 pounds of flour, as the staff had on the hotline. It's 1.5 cups. 1.5 cups of flour for the fried fritters.
Minor detail.
Yeah.
Preach, we haven't read the question yet, have we?
That's right, we haven't read the question. So confused here. Billy Crystal will be on the show on Friday, currently starring in one of the summer's hottest movies, Running Scared. What is the name of Billy Crystal's co-star in that movie? Okay? Now we go to the phones. Good morning.
Good morning, you're on the morning show.
I love this bullhorn.
I know that.
Good morning.
Speak up, lady, don't be afraid.
Hello?
Yes, sir, how are you?
Yeah, listen, I'm from the Bronx. Last time I tried to catch you on Morris Park. Every time I try to get through to you, I can't.
All right, freeze, this is Miami Vice.
Yeah, listen, I know the guy. I just can't remember his name. I know who it is.
Now, wait a minute, let's give this guy a chance. He's from the Bronx, my old neighborhood. Now, think. Now, think real hard. He's a dancer, too.
I've been watching the commercial for the movie for the past week. I just can't remember his name.
He was in a movie with Mikhail Baryshnikov called White Knight.
Give me a clue.
I'm giving you a clue. He's a dancer, and he was in White Nights with Mikhail Baryshnikov, and he's used to be part of a brother act. Speak up, sir.
I can't recall. I can't get it.
We're going to put you on hold, okay? And if nobody gets it, we'll come back to you.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
You love this bullhorn.
Love this bullhorn. Oh, but move out of the way. Good morning, you're on the morning show.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
I know the answer.
Good.
The answer is Gregory Hines.
You got it, sir. Very good. Absolutely right. Gregory Hines. What's that?
Can you pick a number between 1 and 113?
25.
25.
Who's in seat 25? There she is. This lady right over here.
Congratulations. You both won a day of beauty at Eve of New York, the lavish salon at the Helmsley Palace. Your day includes a haircut, manicure, pedicure, and a facial or massage, and your prize is worth over $150.
Okay, that's it. Everybody here, ready to go? All My Children's Taylor Miller and Peter Bergman are next, and Glenn Super will be out here, too.
Are you looking for some summer fun in the city? You can make tracks over to your favorite sidewalk happy hour. Or you could drop in for a little aerobic action. But why not get smart and get with New York's real #1 summer fun? Starting at 4 o'clock, it's a shopper's dream. Just like pennies from heaven on sale of the century. Then at 4:30, turn the trivia into a brain-busting big bucks good time with Jeopardy. It's all coming up today right here on Channel 7.
Wherever you are now, Ma, I hope you're sitting down. I'm not using Brillo anymore. I switched to SOS. SOS has special things in it to make it cut grease better. You know that terrible burnt-on grease. SOS even works better on that. You should see Grandma's roasting pan. It hasn't felt that clean in 40 years. I know you like Brillo. But, Ma, you've been wrong about other things. You also like Mo.
Lively six-pack. Snack it. Smack it. Back it. Pack it. Chuck one in your jacket.
Yogurt lovers, you'll love the money-saving six-pack of light and lively low-fat yogurt. So smooth, creamy, fruity, and delicious.
So stock a stack. Get the knack of the handy-dandy light and lively six-pack.
This week, PC and GE join to bring you cool PC Richards savings on top-quality GE refrigerators and air conditioners. PC Richards has all the newest GE models with innovative features that make GE today's leader in appliance technology. This week, get cool PC Richards savings on that top-quality GE air conditioner or refrigerator you've been wanting. PC Richards, where selection and quality are always on sale.
Selection and quality on sale at PC Richards.
Heart disease, kidney disease, and blindness have a common warning sign.
You may know our next two guests as the storybook couple who never expected to part on the popular soap All My Children. Here to tell us if there is still hope for their marital bliss.
Oh, I hope.
Oh, God, I hope so,
Me
too. Is Peter Bergman, who plays the faithful Dr. Cliff Warner, and his unfaithful wife, the original Nina, Taylor Miller.
Hi, Taylor. How are you? Morning, sweetie. Nice to see you again. I Hi, Peter.
Hello.
Hi, Peter.
This chair, y'all.
It's nice to see everybody again.
Is that a gorgeous couple or what?
Yeah.
Oh,
They almost look like brother and sister, you know?
Brother and sister.
Well, you have the sandy hair and the blue eyes and all that. Are you having trouble sitting down?
Yeah.
No, you ever see a woman sit down? I know it's a tough stool, but I've never seen anybody sit down. God almighty. Just sit down, Taylor, and
Mary
relax.
Hart does that. Mary Hart does that.
Yeah, what do you think? You're Mary Hart with those legs?
I finally did get settled.
Anyway, as I understand it, you're Mr. Faithful and she's not, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, please.
And everybody's heart goes out to you.
Trollop.
But do you know of her indiscretions, or do you just
Know all about them.
Really?
Know all about them.
And you're willing to live with it?
No, not at this point. No,
I
he's not
don't
willing to
blame
live
you.
with
I
it.
really don't.
Putting your foot down finally?
Oh, now we're going with the righteous side. Huh?
Well, I figure I have to come back to Pine Valley and really make amends for everything that I've done and apologize to everyone for everything.
That's like being on this show.
Yes.
Well,
I'm very glad.
Yes, we loved your retractions. We love everybody. Yeah, all of you, everyone.
Have you currently left
Have I currently?
Pine Valley?
No, I was on a cruise, and I came back to Pine Valley because my mom told me that I should come and make amends.
Mm-hmm. And you still listen to your mom?
I still do. She's in Paris now, though, and so I don't get to talk to her anymore.
Well, who is it, Taylor? I mean, how can you beat this sitting next to you, you know?
He really is a workaholic.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Not enough time for you.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
Not enough
now
attention.
this is coming out.
Oh, no, I told you that before when I had my first affair. And you didn't listen?
I tried.
And,
You took an afternoon
I
off.
can't
What do you
remember
want?
some of the other stuff that I did in the last 2 years. I'm having a hard time relating to that. Like the affair with Benny, I don't remember a whole lot of that.
Yeah, somebody else did those.
And also when I tried to kill Zach Grayson, I don't remember a whole lot of that either.
You have a tendency to forget the block out.
Yeah, I've blocked out 2 years of my life.
Incidentally, you did leave All My Children at one time and went over to another soap on NBC, I think.
I went out to L.A. first.
Did you?
Yeah. I did some nighttime out there, and I did a play out there. And then I had the opportunity to come and do Another World.
Did you like that character? Or did you miss your Nina?
I didn't miss Nina. I didn't have a sense of a character. They weren't able to give me any background on what was happening, what had happened to Sally. And they don't have a book like All My Children does. And then they didn't know exactly what they were doing with the character.
I see.
So sometimes I felt like I was kind of just going out there and being Taylor Miller.
So you just came back and picked up where you left off a couple of years before.
Yeah.
Is that possible? Did somebody else pinch hit as Nina?
There have been two Ninas, Heather and Barbara, and what's really amazing about working over there for me and also for Peter is the chemistry that we have together, that I have with James and with Jillian and with Elizabeth Lawrence.
It is good chemistry on that cast.
It's amazing.
No doubt about it, yeah.
We have a picture of you. Did we show it of what you looked like when you were the original Nina?
When I was the original Nina?
There she is.
Oh, long hair in those days.
Sweet, pristine.
And look at the blank look in my eyes.
Invasion of the cat people.
Yeah. She's forgetting things already. And we do have a clip, too. Shall we take a look at this now? This is a scene of Cliff and Nina seeing each other for the first time since their separation. All right? Here we go. All My Children.
Hi.
I just came on.
Go ahead.
No, you go first.
Julie's a patient of mine. I was leaving a note here for Myra.
I just came over to see if anyone had heard about my father.
Not that I know of.
You're looking well.
You're looking pretty great yourself.
How's Bobby?
Oh, he's fine now.
Now?
Well, it took him a while to get over his mother walking out on him.
Cliff, I'd like to see him.
I'd rather you didn't.
Good, Cliff. Firm.
Firm.
Strong.
Tough
Obviously,
guy.
you're talking about your child, right?
The child, yes, the child Bobby.
It's his illegitimate son that he had.
Oh, we're going to
with
bring that
Sybil
up, too.
Thorne.
Well, so you're not Mr. Perfect.
Well, not perfect, no.
But close, too.
As close as you can get without vomiting.
I think it's charming that Nina's not sweet anymore.
Well, you're having more fun with her.
Yeah, I'm having a lot more fun. Definitely.
I like your hair.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it looked terrific.
You.
Now, the wife is pregnant at home?
The wife is pregnant at home.
Congratulations.
Oh, my gosh, how close are we?
Well, yay! Mary Ellen. Mary Ellen's due the 1st of October, the first week of October. And I'm thrilled.
Do you know what it's going to be?
No, we don't. We've had 2 opportunities to find out and have passed on both of them. Most of the people who are guessing, everyone's an expert, of course.
Of course.
And most of the experts seem to think it's a boy, but many think it's a girl.
I think it's a boy.
I'd love either one.
Do you?
You think it's a boy?
I think it's a girl.
You think it's a girl?
What do you think?
I think it's a boy.
I think it's a girl.
Boy.
Now, are you preparing for the arrival? Do you have the room? Do you have...
No, actually, we have a 1-bedroom apartment in New York. We're going to be doing something about this soon. We're a little slow to get started on this stuff. The other day, we were looking at bassinets and thinking, oh, this is pretty.
But where are you going to put it? Yeah, right. Looks like you're going to go for the 2-bedroom soon.
Yeah, soon. Yeah, we're not sure just what we're going to do. We may even move out of the city.
How does your wife feel about these love scenes that you have with Big Nina here?
Well, with Taylor, it's best of all because she and my wife have a relationship. So I mean, they know each.
Excuse me?
Yeah, well,
They're friends.
No, it's true. The other day I had to go out of town on a promotional thing and called my wife at the beach in Fairfield, where we stay in the summer, and she said, "Oh yeah, Taylor's out here." Taylor's out here. Yeah, they get together without me.
Close. I see. Well, that's good. It all works out nicely then.
Yeah, it does. It works out real good. I'm happy to have her back.
I'm happy that I'm back.
And I'm happy you're here, Bambi.
Me too, Reed.
Well, all right. We will see you guys on Home My Children.
You will indeed.
And stand by for further developments between Cliff and Nina. Thanks very much.
Really?
Nice to see you. Good luck. We'll be back with some tips on how to flatter your face with the jewelry you buy.
Here at the Silas Thorndike Academy, our boys display exemplary behavior. Occasionally, we do have an outbreak of high-spiritedness. When these little mishaps occur, we rely on Brawny.
Brawny!
It's the largest towel you can buy, and it's strong enough to handle even the toughest jobs. Thanks ever so much, Brawny.
Anytime, Teach. Brawny, the big tough towel.
The Stratton has it all. Whether lunch, dinner, supper, or a quick snack, enjoy the Stratton's superb cosmopolitan menu. For fantastic food, it's the Stratton. The Stratton After Dark. Dance to New York's top show bands and sizzling disc jockeys. Hot entertainment every night. The Stratton has it all. Whatever the occasion, large or small, let the Stratton of Forest Hills cater your next affair. For catering, it's the Stratton. The Stratton, centrally located on Queens Boulevard, Forest Hills. Great dining, great music, great parties. The Stratton has it all.
Smile. If you've been thinking about buying an adjustable bed or a quality flatbed, even looking for a flatbed bargain on sale, preview our beds and get our price before you buy. Then, even if you don't buy your adjustable bed from Craftmatic, I'll send you this Polaroid instant camera free. Craftmatic wants to be your bed company, so check us out. I'm convinced that when you compare quality and price, you'll find Craftmatic beds to be superior to any other adjustable bed on the market today. This Craftmatic 2 adjustable bed is so inexpensive, it's like buying a quality flatbed and getting the adjustability for free. So pick up your phone and call us toll-free and get your free Craftmatic bed catalog and this free coupon redeemable for your free Polaroid camera by return mail. Call for your free Polaroid camera coupon right away.
To order, call toll-free 1-800-247-4500, 1-800-247-4500. Call 1-800-247-4500 toll-free, 1-800-247-4500.
Come to North Shore Animal League in Port Washington, Long Island, and adopt a lovable puppy kitten of purebred. They're free, honey. Hurry on out. Look at that face.
Our next guest says that you can make the most of your features and then downplay your bad features just by choosing the right jewelry for your facial features. And she should know her name is Lois Becker. She's a jewelry designer and a fashion consultant. Good morning.
Good morning, Kathie.
You're wearing one of your extraordinary designs right there.
Right.
Very, very pretty.
Color coordinated.
You got into designing jewelry by fluke.
Absolutely by a fluke. I happened to buy some beads for a wall hanging and went crazy and bought too many beads and ended up with all these extra beads, and I had blown my grocery money for the month. And feeling very desperate and wanting to not waste the beads, I started making necklaces for myself and ended up in the jewelry business.
And now you're in 700 stores around the country.
That's right.
Well, let's take a look at some of your things. I know we have audience volunteers who are going to join us right now. One lady. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's the main thing to remember, Lois, when you're choosing jewelry for your face?
Well, there are all kinds of things to remember. For example, I selected this woman to be in our audience because she has very nice features. She has a nice short haircut, so she'd be a perfect candidate for earrings. And she doesn't have a real large bust, so she can really wear lots of different things. And I picked her first because, for example, I'm going to put on, I have this wonderful rock emerald. This is about a 20-carat rock emerald. And I'm going to put it around here. The color green happens to go very well with her coloring, Kathie. And it's nice and it's flat and it lays right here on her chest, which is really very becoming to her. Now,
that's a nice piece of jewelry for summertime when you wear a lot of bare clothing.
Right. I'm going to put an earring in here.
Yes.
You wear dangle earrings usually or clip-ons?
Clip-ons.
I'm going to ask you to put these clip-ons, as a matter of fact, to show how these earrings, she has a long, thin face. Now, look what happens and with short hair when she puts, well, you put this one on, too. It's always hard for me to put earrings on people. I always miss. Now, look how that nice touch of color brightens up her complexion. And I'm going to put something on her that's longer than the other piece.
Oh, that's
very
pretty.
good with her coloring. Isn't that smart looking with her? You know, it's very good. It complements her complexion. She happens to have this wonderful long, narrow look, and this makes her look long and narrow. It complements the shape of her face. And these earrings are such a good highlight for her. It's really terrific looking.
Now, that necklace I see is $95, right?
Right, right.
Would you spend that for a necklace?
Yeah.
The right necklace.
Right. You know, the right necklace can really make your whole outfit. It really pulls it together. Okay. I'm going to take the earrings off, and thank you so much for helping us demonstrate.
Oh, bless your heart. Thank you. Here we go. Can you jump up there? Here. We have a small person in our audience today. Hello, what is your name?
Rosanna O'Keefe.
Rosanna, how tall are you?
Oh, about 4'11".
We're going to get a new stool for you next time, okay? All righty. Do you wear a lot of jewelry, Rosanna?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you tell us what would be best for you?
Rosanna has a very full face and a large chin, and we don't want to call attention to that. We want to use a lot of distraction today with Rosanna. Okay. So I'm going to show you what happens when we take a real heavy choker, you know, which these are now in style. This really doesn't do it for Rosanna at all, Kathie. It really calls attention to something that she doesn't want to call attention to, right? So now let's show what happens if we take a longer piece of jewelry and a flatter piece. Something really interesting. Now, and Rosanna also has a large bosom. We don't want something real long that's going to dangle over her bosom and really be awful. That's not flattering to her. But if she wears something right here on top, something nice and flat, that's going to call attention. When people look at Rosanna, they're not going to look at her chin. They're going to look at that nice big necklace, and she's not going to feel self-conscious about having a big chin. She has a pretty face.
She sure does, and a great smile.
Right, she does, and she's a charming woman. So this can really, you know, be an attention getter, and Rosanna can really feel good about herself, and she has something interesting to talk about. It's a good, you know, catches attention. And for Rosanna, I would recommend no earrings because look what happens when we put a big earring here. It just calls attention to the fullness of her face. If she's going to wear an earring at all, I would say maybe a longer dangle earring might cause a longer look on her face. But I think Rosanna is better just without any earrings at all, just some nice flat piece. Thank you so much, Rosanna, for helping us.
Thank you, sweetie. Hello. What's your name?
Octavia.
Octavia?
Yes.
What a beautiful name.
Thank you.
She's got a lovely neck. That's a fun neck to dress
and
up.
I'll tell you something. Silver is so wonderful on people with dark complexions. Black people look so marvelous in these wonderful shiny things. Look how gorgeous she looks in that.
Yeah, that's
Isn't that just wonderful on her?
No, we're gold.
You wear gold?
Yeah.
No, but the silver looks sensational on you.
Absolutely fabulous. You look gorgeous. Now look what happens when we put a nice big silver earring on Rosanna. Doesn't she look smashing in that?
Absolutely.
I'm going to put something else on her with the silver and black.
You could probably wear lots of layered jewelry for her. She's tall and she can
carry it off. She's really smashing. Now look at this. Doesn't she look gorgeous?
Do you wear this type of jewelry? Because I noticed you're wearing little teeny earrings. No. You really should. You look sensational in this sort of thing.
I wear big hoops.
Big hoops? Yeah.
Well, wear big silver hoops because you look smashing. You could wear everything. You know, you really have a nice, fresh face. So something like that really does it for you.
So you're saying she's one of the lucky ones. She can wear almost anything.
Right. Thank you so much for helping us, Regis. You look gorgeous.
Good morning. What's your name?
Kelly.
Helen?
Kelly.
Kelly. Okay.
Kelly. Now, Kelly, I'm going to pick something real colorful for you. You have really fresh, wonderful skin, nice big freckles. Look how pretty this is on Kelly. Lots of color. Isn't that pretty?
Lights up her face.
And I like something close to Kelly's face because she has a beautiful face. She has these nice big cheekbones, and something close to her face really shows that up. And
She's got a lovely face, but say for a woman who had a large nose, what's a good way to take it?
Okay, say Kelly had a large nose and really... Yeah, say Kelly had a large nose and really terrible teeth. We want something really exciting that's going to take away from that so you're not going to notice her terrible nose and terrible teeth. Let's put something really dynamic on her that's longer, that when you look at her, you're going to call attention to this and not to this big nose and these bad teeth.
Which she does not have.
She doesn't have. So by really using a little bit of distraction, you can get a lot of mileage out of your jewelry and really, you know, call it away from your bad features.
And think of it as part of your whole outfit. I mean, accessories today really can make or break the whole look.
Absolutely. They can really make you look really wonderful. And boy, if you wear the wrong ones, you look terrible.
Okay. Lois, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Next up, Mr. Bullhorn himself, Glenn Super. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Stanley the Stork from MB Furniture, and if you're expecting, we're expecting you. MB has the guaranteed lowest prices on New York City's largest selection of cribs, carriages, strollers, high chairs, playpens, and accessories. Do your entire layette at MB, and MB will deliver or mail order anywhere. So remember, babies all agree. They love MB Discount Juvenile Furniture, 2311 Avenue U in Brooklyn. If you're expecting, we're expecting you at MB.
Come on, Killer, let's go home. I feel like having a sandwich. A big, juicy sandwich with those great Steak-'em sandwich steaks. I can just taste it. Piles of fried onions, peppers, and cheese. It will be the most monumental Steak-'em steak sandwich ever. And anything that falls on the floor is yours.
Steak-'em, the sandwich steak that's pure beef and pure delicious.
It's official. You've heard about it, and now it's here. Selected Gimbel stores are having the biggest sales event of the year. It's the sale to end all sales going on right now. Gimbel's, a fashion value leader for over 100 years, now brings you even greater values on every item in every department. The entire inventory is on sale, so hurry in for best selection and your chance for real savings. The Gimbel's sale to end all sales. Save 30 to 50% at Gimbel's in Manhattan, Westchester, Roosevelt Field, Valley Stream, Bayshore, Stamford, and Paramus. Check your Sunday newspaper for details.
No wax floor, what a chore.
Don't settle for less than Less Toil. Less Toil has 35% more active cleaners than that leading heavy-duty liquid.
No more mess. Why settle for less?
Don't settle for less than Less Toil.
Laundry stain? What a pain.
Don't settle for less than Less Toil. Less Toil has 35% more active cleaners than the leading laundry pre-spotter.
No more mess. Why settle for less?
Don't settle for less than Less Toil.
The sacrifices our veterans have made for this country is something Americans should never forget.
Here's one of my favorite comedians who will be here in the New York area with George Carlin, and they'll be appearing over in Jersey, first of all, this Saturday night at the Community Theater in Morristown, New Jersey, and then on to the Westbury Music Fair August 8th and 9th. A very funny guy with the bullhorn, Mr. Bullhorn himself, Glenn Super. Ah, Glenn, how are you? Nice to see you. Nobody uses that bullhorn like you.
Oh, thank you. Well, you did pretty well. Did he do well with the bullhorn?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. You know, we've been following Glenn's career now for a number of years.
That's right.
Coming on, and I remember when you started, it was a little bullhorn when you started.
Little bullhorn, right.
Yeah, and as you got bigger, the bullhorn got bigger.
That's right.
And now, of course, you're traveling. I was so impressed today because he came in with his own entourage.
But I got to tell you where I got it from.
Where'd you get that?
Entourages are us.
Yes.
You can rent them.
You go in and you buy one or
You
rent
rent
one.
one. You rent an entourage. I got to return them by half an hour, guys.
A nice-looking young man comes in and kind of paves the way for Mr. Bullhorn. Well, what's going on in your life?
Well, the last time I was on the show, I did a bachelor brunch.
That's right.
Over
That's
here.
right, over in the kitchen.
Bachelor brunch. Yeah. And because of that bachelor brunch, I am now engaged to be married.
No kidding. A young lady saw you on the bachelor brunch?
Yes, she saw me in a bachelor brunch.
And called you?
Called me up and said, I like that bachelor brunch.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to end your bachelor brunch.
Yeah, right.
And who is it? From New York?
From New York, Patty Rooney.
An Irish girl?
Irish girl, yes.
And you, of course, are a Jewish man.
Jewish man.
Marrying an Irish girl.
That's right.
Well, that's going to be wonderful.
And you know what George Carlin said?
What?
He said, if a Jewish man and an Irish girl have an offspring, the child should be a shrewd poet. But with my luck, it'll be a pushy drunk.
So you're getting married all because of this show. See how this show changes people's lives? Really? So she called you and you had a date.
We had a date.
And you were impressed with this Irish girl.
I saw her walking down, and we made a date. We met at a supermarket.
You're kidding me.
No.
Why at a supermarket?
Because that's where I wanted to meet her. You know, I wanted to see her in a
public
supermarket.
place?
Yes.
You didn't want her meeting you in a private place where she could take advantage
That's
of you.
right. She was walking through the produce section, and there I saw her. And I said, attention, Patty Rooney. Show me your underalls. And it was love at first sight.
And so you went out on the date, and how long ago was this? About a year ago, huh?
This is about a year ago.
So when are we getting married?
We're getting married. I'm going to tell you where we're getting married. I don't want to give the actual date because I don't want 5,000 people showing up with bullhorns.
Oh.
Okay. We're getting married at the comic strip.
In
New York,
In
yes.
New York at the
On
comic
stage.
strip. Who's going to marry you, Henny Youngman?
Henny Youngman. We haven't decided yet, but maybe you, do you have the, as a
I don't have
host
the
of a
power.
show, do you have the power?
Maybe I do.
Captain of a ship.
Sure, why not? Why not?
You know, maybe you can marry
No, we've got to make it an official wedding. You and the Rooney girl are going to get married. That's great.
We're probably going to have a rabbi and a minister.
Yeah. Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
One of those interfaith?
Interfaith, interreligious marriages, and then they can battle it out. They can arm wrestle before to see who performs the ceremony.
But in the meantime, you've had a lot of fun
Yes, I have.
with this bullhorn. He's met a lot of interesting people. Tell us about some of the old days when you were a carefree bachelor before you got engaged.
Oh,
and how you would cruise down the Sunset Strip using this bullhorn.
I used to pick up girls on a bullhorn.
Show them how they do that.
Okay, first of all, you take a bullhorn to a singles bar. That's a good place to bring a bullhorn to, you know? You see, the male ego is a very delicate thing, as you know. And it's a lot easier to handle rejection from 500 feet away.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's hard to see one finger from that distance, too. So, so I was at a disco, you know,
sure, you're dancing around.
I'm dancing around, and then I see a pretty girl. And I pick up the bullhorn and I go, attention, sweet mama. Okay? I want you to be my baby tonight. And she looked up very slowly and sensuously, picked up her own bullhorn, and said, get out of the ladies' room. That's it.
Oh, that's funny. Now, do you still use the bullhorn through the whole act or just for a portion of it?
All through the act. I would bring it up, you know. In other words, I start off with the bullhorn, and then you never know when I'm going to grab the bullhorn, you know. And George Carlin likes it. It really gets his audiences going and things.
You and George been touring?
Yes, I'm doing all of George Carlin's dates.
I think that's great. You know, that's a new trend in the show business where instead of having the girl singer and the male comic or the headlining comic, or vice versa, they now have comedians go out together.
Right. Joan Rivers does that, has Gary Shandling and the Smuggler's Brothers.
And I think it's exactly the right way to do it. Because if they're coming to see the headliner, we'll say, and he's a comedian, why not have another comedian on the show who has his own fans? You know what I'm saying?
And get them laughing, too.
Exactly. I think it's perfect.
Like when I toured with the Beach Boys and the Moody Blues.
Oh, that was tough, right?
It could be tough. See, a lot of the people in the audience don't know there's an opening act.
Right.
And they time their drugs to kick in.
Oh, but to be the opening act for a rock thing is out of this world.
That's right.
So how did you cope with that?
It was very difficult. Sometimes before I even walked on stage, before I even said a word, a guy would yell out, "You stink, get off the stage!" And I'd say, "Dad, come on, give me a chance, please." You know?
How's George feeling these days?
Oh, he's feeling great.
Yeah. He looks good, too?
He looks great. At the airports, he's the fastest walker. I mean, he just, you know, he's walking to the airports, and I'm like, oh, you know, because I'm schlepping a bullhorn and a guitar with me, you know. But he's just walking briskly along.
Got a guitar, too, in the
I use the guitar now, yeah.
Terrific. Well, listen, I mean, you got an entourage, you got a little sprint of gray right up there.
That's right.
Maturing nicely.
That's
got
right.
a bullhorn, and now
That's
you
right.
got the Rooney girl.
Got the Rooney girl, right.
Ah, terrific. Well,
Patty
you're all
Rooney,
set there.
from Westchester.
From Westchester?
Yes.
Any particular town, or?
A Merrimack. How's that sound?
Oh, you're married into money up there.
That's right.
Oh. Mr. Bullhorn is no dummy.
That's right.
Got himself an entourage and got himself some money, too. Well, that's terrific, Len. I'm real happy. You want to say goodbye to everybody with your...
I just want to say, this morning, I feel like the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
And he is, too. And he'll be at the community center in
Morristown, New Jersey,
this Saturday night, on the 8th and the 9th of August, out of Westbury with George Carlin.
Everybody come on down.
Thanks, Glenn, very much. Good to see you. We'll be back with a trip down memory lane with the Fantastics in a moment.
Thank you very much. Thank you. A great crowd. Come on out to Westbury and Morristown. It's over.
Darling, your mama said it'd be days like this.
But every day?
Good thing you got Dixie Living Wear.
You know it.
Yes, I do. Living Wear goes from the microwave...
straight to the table.
Don't try that with a foam plate.
Dad, can you cut this?
On Living Wear you can, sweetheart. And the plastic coating means...
it won't soak through.
Mm-hmm. And you used to use Living Wear just for picnics.
Is this your idea of a picnic?
Every day's easier, honey, with affordable Dixie Living Wear.
You said it.
Long Island is great in so many ways.
Somebody have any change?
Pepsi, the choice of a new generation.
Hey, Mom, what's for dinner? What would you like?
Something special.
Vandycamp's frozen fish.
Something different. Correction, very different.
They taste fresh because they're frozen fresh. And they're dipped in crispy golden breadcrumbs or fresh egg batter for a taste your family will love.
Remember, Mom likes something fast. No problem there, Mom.
Vandycamp's, the freshest ideas in frozen fish.
Mum & Shantz, a unique creation, a fun-filled fantasia, says the New York Times. Exceptional ingenuity and exciting possibilities in an all-new show. Mum & Shantz, marvelously magical, says the Associated Press. An original adventure in theater and dance. Mum & Shantz, the effect is illuminating. Don't twiddle your thumbs. Call charge at 944-9300. Mum & Shantz at the Helen Hayes Theater.
What can you offer an employer besides a college degree? Co-op education. It's the experience you need for the job you want.
Well, you probably read that the Fantastics, the longest-running play in the whole world, was coming to an end in New York City, and it's been with us for, well, it's in its 27th year now, and been a tremendous hit. Began as a one-act musical at Barnard College in 1959, 27 years later, still going strong. They had a scare about a month and a half ago where they thought it was coming to an end, but then suddenly a resurgence came in, and the show was saved, and will go on, hopefully, for another 27 years. Now, here is the producer who has been with it since the very beginning, the producer of the Fantastics, Laura Noto. Nice to have you. Am I pronouncing your first name correctly?
Laurie. They do Laurie Law, you see. I've become Laurie Law. The lore about Laurie.
My God, you must have never dreamed in your wildest dreams that 27 years later you'd still be on the boards there.
Well, you can't possibly anticipate a thing like that, and our whole attitude was, well, let's do it one performance after another, and it was like the drop of water on the rock. It just accumulated and went on and on and on.
You've been in the same theater all these years?
It has, exactly the same theater.
No
It was created right there for that particular house.
How many different cast members have you had over the years?
Oh gosh, they go into many, many hundreds. It's so many people have been involved with the Fantastics over the years.
Laurie, has anybody of, you know, major fame come out of that show and gone on to...
Well, of course, the original company was Rita Gardner, Jerry Orbach, who went on to very important things, and Kenny Nelson, who did Boys in the Band. He went to London and became very successful. A fellow who's somewhat big on television, they tell me, is Bert Convy, was with us.
Was he in it too? Did he play El Gallo or did he play the boy?
No, he played El Gallo, and quite wonderfully.
Yeah.
We've had some very fine performers over the years, and as you know, it's also been done many, many times by some of the top performers.
Sure.
The kick I had, one of the biggest kicks I had was when Edward Everett Horton took it out as the old actor.
No
and John Carradine has played in it. Richard Chamberlain has done
Really?
it. The ambassador to Mexico, John Gavin, I don't know if he's still our ambassador, he's done the role, and it's been done by Elliot Gould, Tom Poston.
Wow.
Tom Poston playing El Gallo.
I can't believe it, but I guess it happened, right? Yeah.
Well, it was very funny. He did it at Paramus, New Jersey, and he said, Laurie, he said, what was that?
It was a little outburst for Paramus.
Did you see Tom Poston?
No,
that was for Paramus. I'm sorry, Laurie. Knowing this crowd, it's for Paramus.
But let's hear it for Tom Poston.
Yeah.
Tom Poston.
His name was he the fellow that could remember his name? Well, the fellow who wrote The Fantastics, Tom Jones, used to write his comedy material. And Tom said, Laurie, I have to do this. When he did it at Paramus in a wonderful new theater there, he came out and introduced himself, and he said, Laurie, the producer, is sitting out there somewhere in the audience. And I said, I wanted to do this so much because I was there opening night, and I enjoyed the play so much. I want to see what I can do to keep it alive. And he did a little comedy routine, and then he did the role as Tom Poston. And it worked. It actually was quite enjoyable and wonderful.
So you've had a magnificent run. You know, I had an idea. I suppose you were... How did you feel when the closing notices came out and all of that? It must have been kind of sad.
It was a rough time, but basically, I would say this, that when you've run 26 years, which we had, and we were coming to the end of the run, I thought, in fact, numerous times, this has been a fact, Regis, that it appeared that it might be dwindling down, and around 1970, as an example, I believed that it would be coming to an end then, which had already run 10 years, and I wanted to go in the role as the boy's father, which I had played in the first few weeks of the run. And the reason I jumped into the part was because we were struggling in the early days, and we couldn't afford understudies. We were losing money 11 of the first 12 weeks. And Actors' Equity allows actors off-Broadway to appear for more remunerative employment elsewhere. And in those days, TV had live dramas. So the fellow was in a U.S. Steel show in this role that I finally took over. And I did the role for that one performance, that one afternoon, while he did a live TV thing on U.S. Steel. And so around 1970, for the first 10 years, again, performance by performance, we kept one
year after year.
Right, year after year, week after week, number after number, we began to think, well, okay, maybe it's winding down. So I wanted to be the last father when the show ended, and then I got a life sentence out of it.
You got hot again. All right, well, you know, I had an idea. I thought it would be nice if we could find the first El Gallo, the first one to sing Soon It's Gonna Rain, and bring him or her back, you know, and then go to, is it El Gallo who sings Soon It's Gonna Rain, or is it the boy and girl?
It would have been Kenny Nelson, but he's in London right
well, I thought we'd get the first couple, you know, and then go to the present couple, but that was too difficult to find people after 27 years.
It is, yes.
But we have the present cast members here, right?
Yes, we certainly do, and they're wonderful.
Would you like to introduce them to us?
Oh, I'd like very much to introduce them. This is the current cast of the Fantastics, Regis and Kathie. And this is Bill Perlack.
Hello, Bill.
Morning.
And this is Jennifer Lee Andrews, whose father also appears in the Fantastics as El Gallo.
No kidding.
And George Lee Andrews of Pop was in the 20th anniversary of the Fantastics, and he returned to us. And her stepmother, George's wife, has also played the same role in the Fantastics.
That's right. When you run that long, the audience comes back 20 years later with their kids.
Exactly. Exactly.
But here is the big song from
this is the song "Soon It's Gonna Rain," which you might, some of you might have heard at ball games. Whenever it's raining, the organist comes out and starts doing "Soon It's Gonna Rain."
In our case, we have Dorothy Martin with us today.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we're all set. "Soon It's Gonna Rain" from the Fantastics.
can tell. Soon it's gonna rain. What are we gonna do? We'll find 4 limbs of a tree. We'll build 4 walls and a floor we'll bind it over with leaves and duck inside to stay. Then we'll let it rain, we'll not feel it. Then we'll let it rain, rain pell-mell. And we'll not complain if it never stops at all. We'll live and love within our own 4 walls.
Very nice. Soon it's gonna rain from the Fantastics, Bill Perlack and Jennifer Lee Andrews. And don't forget, this show is still going on at Barnard College.
No, that's,
No?
that's where it started.
So, well, where is it?
It may still be going on at Barnard. I wouldn't
well,
be
they don't have a
surprised,
theater.
Regis.
Where can they go to see it now, Laura?
We're still at the original house, the Sullivan Street Playhouse in Greenwich Village. Yeah, the old Jimmy Kellys. Everybody knows the old Jimmy Kellys.
Okay,
Yeah.
terrific.
Great.
Laurie, thanks very much for being with us, and thank you all.
Right.
And we'll be back with the news in a
Today at 5 on Eyewitness News. In London, the bells are ringing out as Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson walk down the aisle to exchange their vows. Here, alarm clocks are ringing to wake up New Yorkers for the early morning wedding watch. We'll see how New York is raising its glass to the royal newlyweds, from champagne parties at dawn to a toast from royal lookalikes at lunch. Also, your fingers may never have to do the walking anymore. We'll show you an amazing new phone that dials the number for you at the command of your voice. Today at 5 on Eyewitness News.
Wednesday's the one-day sale store-wide at A&S. 25 to 40% off the sportswear you want most. Terrific selection. 25 to 50% off the dresses you want most. Terrific selection. $9.99 for thousands of men's short-sleeve knit shirts, short-sleeve dress shirts, swim trunks, actionwear. $9.99 for terrific selection. Plus, for all the kids, 30% off all the new fall health tech. Oshkosh. Wednesday's the one-day sale store-wide at A&S. Terrific one.
Get ready. Now Crush has 10% real fruit juice and a rainbow of flavors for a taste so real you'll want to peel it.
Peel me a Crush, sweet darling. I want a taste that's bigger than real. Peel me a Crush with 10% juice. It's a feeling I've just got to feel. Feel it down to the natural juice and a taste that's totally wow. Peel me a Crush, you good-looking thing. Peel me. Peel me a Crush right now.
The Hart Family Surprise Party set.
Fun is having parties with your family, that's all Hart.
Surprise party for the babies. Pretty. Party clothes.
Surprise, a truck. He really makes it go. Surprise, she loves her presents so. In matching party clothes like this, what a party this is. It's the Hart Family way to have parties every day.
The Hart Family Surprise Party set with party hats, presents, and 4 dolls in party clothes. New from Mattel.
Heart disease, kidney disease, and blindness have a common warning sign.
Just looking at the post here in this a picture of Fergie and Andy, and apparently only the Post could report on this, but Sarah Ferguson talking about her figure. She said, quote, "A woman should have a trim waist, a good up top, enough down at the bottom, but not too big, a good womanly figure. I do not diet, I do not have a problem," says Fergie. All right. In the news today, for the 4th time in 4 weeks, a New York City police officer has been shot. Happened last night on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. And here with details on that is Mary Nissenson. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Regis. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Here's what's happening. If it weren't for his bulletproof vest, Officer Richard Garcia might not be alive this morning. Garcia and his partner, Officer Michael Sullivan, were stopped by a robbery victim last night on West 85th Street. The victim pointed out the man he said had robbed him and told the officers that the man had a gun in the bag he was holding. When the officers yelled out to drop the bag, the man took out a gun and fired 6 times, striking Garcia. Garcia's bulletproof vest saved him. His partner shot and killed the gunman. Police made a major drug bust at the Brooklyn Arms Hotel last night, arresting 13 people for selling crack there. The Brooklyn Arms is the same welfare hotel where a tragic fire recently claimed the lives of 4 children. Police say the drug ring was very sophisticated, that it screened its customers before selling crack to them and used better radios than the ones the police use. They say the ring was raking in $20,000 a week from its crack sales. In national news, President Reagan is already getting some backlash from his policy speech on South Africa yesterday. The president did not endorse tough economic sanctions and even had some praise for the South African government. South Africa's Bishop Desmond Tutu called the speech, in his words, nauseating. And finally, in London, Prince Andrew and Commoner Sarah Ferguson became man and wife this morning in a simple little ceremony at Westminster. That's our news. More tonight at 5, 6, and 11. Now for the weather, here's Regis.
Thanks very much, Mary.
You're welcome, Regis.
Some baseball game last night, the Mets and the Reds. Did you happen to see it? Went 14 innings. Johnson hit a home run to win it, but there was a tremendous fight. I mean, a real baseball fight. Here's a picture of it. Ray Knight and Davis going at it. This is the second fight that Ray Knight has had as a Met this season. He's a live wire, to say the least. But the game was played under protest. They had Jesse Orozco playing in the outfield, Carter playing at third base. Both teams used every player except for a few pitchers. It really was a remarkable game, and the Mets won it in the 14th. All right, the weather, sunny and quite warm today with a high of around 88 degrees. Mild tonight with a low of 70 tomorrow, the same temperature. 88 and sunny and much more humid tomorrow. Claudia Cohen up next with the latest on the royal newlyweds, Sarah and Andy. There's news to sell already, and Claudia's got it as usual. Right back.
Mom, I made it! I'm a hairstylist.
Robert Fiance opens the door to a brighter day. Opens the door to a better way. Opens the door, that's why we say Robert Fiance helps open the door to success.
Robert Fiance Beauty School offers financial aid if you qualify. Call now, 212-757-5820.
Ron Delsener presents Julio Iglesias live at Madison Square Garden Friday, August 1st. Tickets now at the Garden box office and Ticketron. To charge tickets, call 212-947-5850.
Hello, Dad. Yeah, this is Bill Butell. Right. They're going to have a statement, I think, in about 10 minutes.
He's covered New York for more than 20 years.
I think it's a lead story.
He's covered the world, from London, Beirut, Africa, Vietnam.
It's a part of the worldwide terrorism problem. It's not just
people watch him because they know there is no substitute for experience.
2 minutes, sir. Why do you
Bill
think it
Butell,
happened?
Eyewitness News at 6.
Hi, I'm Ernie Anastas. You know, it's hard to believe, but the baby boom generation is now in its 30s, having kids of its own. And this is having a dramatic effect on family life. Weddings are on the increase, more mothers are holding down jobs, more dads are playing greater roles in the upbringing of their children. There's a lot going on, and that's why we'll be bringing you a special program called Families. Hosting it with me is the Genuine Article, My Family.
So join us for Families.
Saturday, July 26th.
At 7:30 p.m. See you then.
The United Way reaches so many in so many ways. You really get to people the United Way.
The United Way.
My God, they aren't even married yet 15 minutes, and guess who has all the dirt on the wedding? I'm telling you, it's unbelievable how she does it, but Claudia Cohen is back now.
Oh, and I've been up since 5:30 this morning, as I'm sure a lot of people have, watching the wedding. I'm exhausted. Oh, I'm exhausted, but it was so exciting. It was really a thrill. It was a great thrill to watch it. I mean, if you missed it, it was just so glorious. I mean, the carriages, the horses, the costumes. Andrew looked resplendent in his naval officer's uniform with, of course, his Falklands Islands medals on his chest. But nobody, of course, looked more resplendent than his bride, Sarah Ferguson, also known as Fergie, and now known, and this is the way she signed the wedding register this morning in Westminster Abbey, as Sarah, Duchess of York. It's her new title. And although the Duchess says that she has not been on a diet, now, you know, as I've been telling you, she has been swimming every day in the pool at Buckingham Palace, and the results were clearly on view this morning. Sarah's wedding dress, well, it wasn't really an exciting one, but it was very beautiful and traditional. Ivory satin, it was low cut, showed some modest cleavage there, or up top as she would call it. Cleverly boasted a really fitted bodice, which showed off her trim waist and her hourglass figure really to perfection. She really did look slim, for all the critics, you know, out there who were watching. And everyone was really thrilled by her. It was almost a last-minute decision to wear fabulous red hair, which is really her best feature, down and loose, instead of up in a fancy chignon, as was originally the plan. Now, one amusing bit that happened, you know, Fergie had been so worried that she was going to mess up the order of her husband's names, the way that Princess Di did when she got married. Di, you may remember, said, I take the Charles, Philip, Arthur, George, whatever, and she got the order of the names mixed up. So Fergie devised a way to remember. After Andrew, she decided, the way she would remember it was Ace, that's A-C-E, for his other names, Arthur, Christian, Edward. And she practiced and she thought about this for days and days. She told all her friends she was really going to get it right. And despite all that, well, she did stumble. She repeated Christian twice, which was, I mean, it was okay. It was kind of charming, but it was the only false note throughout. Otherwise, Fergie's excitement, I mean, it was really delightful and charming to watch. You know, in the carriage afterwards, while all the other royals, who I guess are so blasé about this by now, were busy with what they call the Windsor wave, you know, where they go like this to the crowds. You know, Fergie, who was really new to this, well, she was really almost boisterous. I mean, she was giving them entire major arm movements like this, and it was really kind of exciting to see. Of course, one reason for her delight could be hers and Andrew's new financial position. Just by getting married, Andrew gets an automatic raise from $30,000 to $75 grand a year. And that,
he married her for his money, huh?
And that, incidentally, is in addition to the $20,000 that he earns every year in the Navy. So it's almost a $100,000 salary. Plus, they get a free house because it's their wedding present. Queen Elizabeth is giving them a house in the country. She told them to go find a little something for about $750,000. As for how everyone else looked at the wedding, well, Princess Di, naturally, she looked good in one of her signature polka dot dresses. Although, well, she would have looked great if it hadn't been for the hat. The hat, it was not one of her better hats. It was really kind of awful. In fact, you know, when she was originally nominated for the best dress list, it was unprecedented. There was a tremendous debate, and a lot of people really took exception to it on the committee, and they had to give her a special citation. They said she was named to the best dress list, quote, except for the hats, unquote. And those hats were on view today. The other royal ladies wore their usual pastel muumuu-style dresses, as surprisingly did Nancy Reagan, who's usually, well, a little more chic. But there was a minor mix-up when the Queen Mother, and Princesses Margaret and Di all appeared in shades of, well, either blue or green. Now, they usually make a point. They phone each other all the time to find out what the other is wearing, make a point of trying to wear distinctive different colors. But I'm told that this time, each had already chosen her own outfit, and once they found out what the others were wearing, they just said, the heck with it, I'm wearing what I want. Also on hand for the ceremony, of course, were two of Fergie's former lovers who had been invited, supposedly to kind of thank them for being discreet and, you know, not telling their stories to the tabloids. Elton John was there. He tied his hair back in a ponytail for the occasion. And Prince William, of course, he was one of the pages. He was so cute in his little sailor suit, and he really stunned everyone, particularly his mother, who was very worried, by sitting still throughout the entire service, although he did try to pull his partner, one of the little flower girls, down the aisle ahead of him. Princess Di had joked to her friends that she was going to sprinkle candy down the aisle, or breadcrumbs or something, in order to make sure that William would follow a straight line right down the Abbey. In fact, the only real controversy seemed to be still over Fergie's Argentinian stepfather, Hector Barrantes, who, because of the continuing ill feelings over the Falklands War, he was asked to enter using, this was set up in advance, using the side door at Westminster Abbey so that the crowd wouldn't have perhaps a chance to boo him. And he was seated, well, while her mother was right in the first row, he was seated halfway to the back of the chapel. He is, however, invited to the small luncheon that is going on right now at Buckingham Palace, after which the groom and the bride will jet off to a romantic honeymoon in sunny Portugal.
Boy, that is the most comprehensive report I've ever heard in my life. Very well done for Claudia Cohen right here. be back in a minute. We're going to take a look at an Indonesian lamb roast. Nice job, Chloe. I'm
Hello, I'm Bonnie Franklin. I'd like to share with you some extraordinary photographs of children. In many ways, these children are like ones you know. They laugh, play, love, wonder. But these children were born with a disease called poverty. They live in cramped houses. Many must work instead of going to school. Many are hungry, malnourished, sick. Save the Children is providing a wonderful way to help. It's something I'm doing, and it's something you can do. Go to your phone and call this toll-free number and say that you will sponsor a child. You'll receive a photograph of your child and a case history. Such a personal way to help. Your strong hand reaching out to a small, hopeful one with love and caring and support. And the support will only cost you $16 a month. That's just 52 cents a day. Imagine, the cost of a cup of coffee can help save a child. And Save the Children can do miraculous things with that money. By combining it with money from other sponsors, it can help an entire community produce food, improve health care, build schools, renew life and energy and hope. If everyone within the sound of my voice would commit just 52 cents a day, together we would wipe out the hardships of these children, one child at a time.
To sponsor a child, call 1-800-453-6600. That's 1-800-453-6600.
And shop King Cullen, where you'll find a wide selection of quality fresh fruits and vegetables and savings on Chunk Light Bumblebee Tuna, 6.5-ounce can, 59 cents. Or Sugar-Free Crystal Light, makes 8 quarts, $2.49. And Purina 100 cat food, 4 6-ounce cans for $1. And regular or reduced calorie craft dressings, 8-ounce bottles, 69 cents.
Long Island, our home.
Aim high, Air Force.
All right, this is Rene Perot, who is the manager of the famous Trader Vic's restaurant, which is located downstairs at the Plaza Hotel. Been there a long time.
Yes.
I made my deal to come here to ABC with a guy named Mandela. What is Mandela's first name? Mark Mandela, yeah. President of ABC, right there at Trader Vic's. It was a memorable occasion.
Great.
But you don't care, do you?
No, I think it's...
All right, fine. Well, Rene, you're here. We're going to Indonesian lamb roast?
Indonesian lamb roast,
All right,
yes.
fine. One of your exotic dishes from Trader Vic's?
This is truly one of our best dishes, is lamb roast.
Well, why don't we get started with the... Let's show everybody what it looks like, and here it is right here.
Okay, what we're going to show you today actually is the marination of the lamb, which is the most important thing. Yeah. And you can use a rack of lamb, whole rack, or you can use lamb chops, or you can buy a leg of lamb and make some skewers.
Right.
And the marination for all those things is the same. So what we have is 1/3 a cup of really finely chopped celery.
Okay.
And you got to make sure it's really finely chopped.
Finely chopped.
Right. We have 1/3 a cup of finely chopped onions.
Finely chopped.
Okay, there you can use the white onions or the Bermuda onions, whatever you prefer for the sweeter taste. We have 1 garlic.
Finely chopped.
Minced.
Minced. Finely minced.
Yes, fully there.
Okay.
We have 3/4 cup of oil. You can use a vegetable oil, any oil you like.
Yep.